Today is the 14th day of Iyar. Today is Pesach Sheni, the second Passover. It doesn't get the same fanfare as the original Passover, but in certain ways, it's even greater. This is the day that there's no lost hope. There's always hope. When you think about it, something that's fundamental to the neshama, to the soul, is that there's always a sense that tomorrow will be better than today. Today will be better than yesterday. That if something went wrong, we could fix it. There's no lost hope. When there is loss of hope, that's a very dark place. So today, Pesach Sheni, the second Pesach, very important message. Never lose hope in God. Never lose hope in yourself. And never lose hope in another. If we lose it in another, because we lost it in ourselves. We lost it in ourselves because we lost it in God. Don't lose hope. Nishtaken verfallen. There's never a loss. There's always another chance. That's a divine perspective on life. Welcome to Tanya today. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad, Zikr and Kadesh in Montreal, Canada, where it's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. As we share with Michael in Germany, Rusty is coming to us from Texas, Andrea in Phoenix, Arizona, Bob is in Morocco. Good afternoon, Joseph. Beautiful day in Jersey. Welcome. John is in North Carolina with us. Omak in Murrieta, California. Welcome. Wayne is joining us in Chatham, Ontario. Oh, in Ontario, from Canada, fellow Canadian. Welcome. Simcha is in Florida joining us, and Davida and Liba in New York. Stan, good afternoon in London. We're tomorrow in London, as well as in Montreal, as well as around the globe, we'll be coronating the King of Kings, though. That's who we're going to coronate. The King of Kings. We're going to be in Shul davening, connecting to Hashem. Jackie joining us in North Carolina, Tim in Texas, Valmir in Brazil, Tabita, I don't know if I pronounced that right, in North Carolina. Jane is in the Philippines. Julia is in Pennsylvania. Sandy in Michigan. Tabitha, you should be healthy and well. Daphne Fabulous Friday in South Carolina. Who else? I think I missed. Okay. We've got Instagrammers Michael, we have the prince with us. Akoy in Lima, Peru. Rachel is in South Carolina. Leader, Chabad MM. Yeli, did I get that right? Clean Action in New York. All right, Bella. Edna is with us. Natalie has joined us. Jennifer in Minnesota. Who else? Okay, beautiful. And then we have Clubhousers. Michael, Jay, Vilma, Michelle. Okay, beautiful. Arena in Colorado is with us. Leia in Florida has joined. Cherise from Israel. All right. Beautiful. Alice in Baltimore has joined. Gianna, David, AJ. Okay. Wonderful. Ein Sof, without end. God's greatness, without end. No beginning, no end. If we were to contemplate that which is without end, right, as his name, so he is, without being finite, no limitation, even the light that emanates from him, from the Ein Sof, also limitless, being that it's bound up with his essence in a perfect unity. Had God remained in that manner, anything that would emanate from him, that come from him, would be very similar to him and would be completely nullified to him. There would be no me, there'd be no you. Except for the fact that God contracts upon himself, contracts upon that light that is infinite light that's bound up with the Ein Sof, that through that creates a world that even the spiritual world, right, the spiritual world of Gan Eden, the Garden of Eden, and even the higher level of the Garden of Eden, which is in the world of Bria, where the great righteous people have their abode there. Their souls are there. Their souls, and needless to say, angels, are bound and limited. And therefore what they apprehend of the light of God, that light that is an Ein Sof light, is only what they can comprehend in their Chabad, their intelligence, which is very limited, very contracted. And therefore the pleasure that they have, the enjoyment they have from the divine presence of God that they find themselves in Gan Eden, is a very limited one. The souls there are incapable of comprehending and enjoying, deriving the divine enjoyment of anything but a very limited light of God, even though they're on the very high spiritual stature. Because they're totally dissimilar from the root source of where that light is coming from. And that's the end of today's teachings. It's in the middle of a thought. Let's unpack a bit this thought. When you think about God and the beyond of beyond that he is, and then at the same time, I'm here. There's a me. Like, where's that coming from? So, yes, we explained the idea of contraction. But why? What's the point? The only way we have a me and a you and a world is because of that contraction. That contraction is so great that it allows for souls to get only a little light that they comprehend and appreciate and enjoy, that is so limited and dissimilar to its ultimate source. What's the point of it? Where's this going? So we're going to leave it there with that question that hopefully bothers me and bothers you. Why to take from a human metaphor, why would I or you, any of us, you know what? I'm gonna step on the toes of tomorrow's class, so I'm gonna wait. Right now, to just think about, meditate upon the infinite of God, and we're so far removed from that, and to appreciate how removed we are. And then to ask, we're so far removed from God's infinity, what's the point of creating the finite me and you and the world? And that question will be answered soon, but not today. Any questions, any comments? Oh, that's interesting, Sandy. Yeah, I think you might be right. Can a finite mind really meditate on the infinite? Be very difficult. Yeah. Well, we can kind of meditate on the you know, of, yeah, kind of hard. Granted, no question. Why the concealment? Asks Yeli. Yeah, we're gonna get there. Great question. Why would God contract upon? Well, if he didn't contract upon his infinite nature, then what would happen would be only something that would be similar to him. And something dissimilar to him wouldn't exist. You and I having a sense of separateness. Yeah, but again, we're in the middle. Brett, would you further explain the meaning of contraction? Does that mean finitude? Contraction means when, um, let's say, beautiful sunlight here in Montreal. So the sun is very powerful on the, looking at it in the outside. You have a window, and you put the window and you put a piece of wood there, and you bore a hole like that, or a hole like this. So a hole like this is going to bring in much more light than a hole like this. Both of them are contracting. One's contracting more than the other. So God's infinite light is contracted upon, because if anything were to come from the infinite light, it wouldn't be me and you that are finite beings that sense our independence. So through contraction, that can happen. That creates the possibility that we can exist. Thank you, Brett. Excellent question. Okay, so we had one question. Jennifer asked a question. The answer will also come clearer to us when Mashiach comes. Yes, absolutely, Jennifer. Yep. Natalie has a question too. Okay, let me see. Natalie, can we really understand the infinite God? Our human minds cannot comprehend, I think. Yeah, correct, Natalie. Really, we can't. We can know what it's not, but to really know what it is, yeah. Okay. Is it right to think that the common denominator for everyone to do is to elevate the world, Jew, non-Jew? Yeah, to elevate the world, to do what God needs from us, yeah. Yeah. Yet it exists within Hashem's spark, open and own. Yeah, so again, we're in the middle of a thought over here, so it's kind of, I'm sorry that it's not, a full developed idea here. Alice, how can we stand to see Hashem in this world if we are like the sun coming closer to us? Yep. Okay, I think I got everything here. I think we answered Brett's question. Is Torah a contraction? No. Well, not in the way we're speaking about contraction here. Good question, Brett. Is Torah contraction? Not in the way we're speaking over here. It's Torah itself is like taking the infinite of God and stuffing it into the finite. But yet, the infinite is there. It's not concealed. It just contracted. The contraction we're speaking about over here, as it becomes lesser and lesser. So when we speak about Torah and the contraction, the divine wisdom of God, it's not contracted in the same way God contracts to create the world. To create the world, you become lesser and lesser the light, more concealed. When you contract on the infinite light of God, so it contracts and becomes lesser and lesser. I hope that was clear. All right. Folks, Rambam coming up next. What if you know God is calling you to be more religious and close to Him, but you don't see a way to physically do the will of Hashem? Show us the way. Do we wait? Do we just try and hope? Natalie, good question. That's a great question for TRC. So I can't really answer that in this moment. Bella, the purpose of our lives is to choose God in our lives. Yeah, can't argue that. Can't argue that. Okay, amazing stuff. Alice Moshe could not see the wholeness of Hashem. We will in times of Mashiach. Yes, we will. It's hard to see ourselves whole, complete, and worthy. We see the broken things in our lives, the needy things in our lives, Mashiach, we won't be needy, we'll have, we won't be broken. We'll be whole, complete, and worthy. Yeah, absolutely. And we can be that today too. TRC helps us. All right, folks. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Tzurich and Kadesh, Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you. Tanya, have an amazing day and a wonderful good Shabbos.